I want you to read this content warning very carefully before we proceed, because a parallax effects that has on rare occasion caused motion sickness in players. It's also a horror game. So, you know, there's that. I saw a YouTube video of this and saw like 3 minutes of footage, and I was like, yeah, I should probably play this. And again, this seems like the kind of game where I will regret it if I do not stream it. So, here we are. Slay the Princess. Whatever horrors you may find in these dark spaces, have heart and see them through. There are no premature endings. There are no wrong decisions. There are only fresh perspectives and new beginnings. This is a love story. You sure about that? You sure about that? You sure about that? Seems innocent enough, right? Right? Oh boy. Yeah, no, I'll keep everything on. Chapter 1, The Hero and the Princess. The other reason I'm doing this is because even though it's a visual novel,
in the woods,
it's narrated.
And at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Okay, I've been debating for a while how to go about this. Like, do I go out of my way to not slay her at first? Do I just go all in and slay her right away so that I could explore the other options? Like, I don't know. Have you considered that maybe I'm okay with the world ending? I mean, with the state of it. Let's see. Oh, okay. Thanks for telling me what to do.
Don't mention it. It's all part of the job. You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within. A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says.
Huh.
We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them.
There's an inner voice, too?
Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
Oh, okay. Proceed.
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade.
So, a dagger.
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
We went to a cabin in the woods without a weapon to kill this lady. See, if I had a viewer base, this would be where I say, okay, hey, what should I do? Should I maybe go all in and kill her right away? Like, what would happen if I just kill her right away? Feels like the game would be drawn out a bit more if I didn't kill her right away. I'm gonna kill her right away.
You take the blade from the table. It'd be rather difficult to slay the princess and save the world without it.
I like how the mouse cursor has changed to having a dagger in the hand. That's neat.
The door to the basement.
Are we the baddies?
Revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light.
They did say it would be the end of the world if I didn't.
This is an
But I didn't bother
unpleasant
asking
place.
why.
The air feels heavy and damp. a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor.
So you want me to think.
Her voice carries up the stairs.
Who's there?
She sounds dangerous. It's almost as if she's the one in charge down here.
Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation.
Boy, this narrator really wants us to kill her. Hey, I think I'm here to kill you.
Oh, are you now? Why don't you come down and let me take a look at you?
Great job.
She sounds
Gave
fun.
away the element of surprise. Good luck, hero.
What do you mean the element of surprise? How is there an element of surprise? She knew someone was here. Yeah, there's no surprise here. I can't sneak up on her here.
There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
Sheesh.
She's so coldly beautiful. Is she really a threat to the world?
Focus on the task at hand.
You weren't kidding when you said you were here to kill me.
Yeah, nothing personal. What? No way. Why would you even think that? Yeah, it wasn't a joke. I haven't decided yet. I'm just here to talk. Steel your nerves and step forward. You know what? I'm not gonna make nice. Steel your nerves, step forward.
Your grip on the blade tightening as you steel your resolve.
Oh? No talking then? Fine. What even makes you think you can kill me? I'm probably chained up in this basement for a reason, right? And if that knife is the only weapon you have, you'll have to get close enough to use it.
I failed to see how that's a problem.
So, you should just drop it. Best not to risk finding out what I can do.
I'm sorry, do you know Kung Fu? I still...
If you hesitate now, it'll be too late. End this.
What if she isn't bluffing? What if she kills us? Are you sure she's not armed? I'm sorry, can we just talk? I'm not dropping the blade. Drop the blade. Slay the princess. Slay the princess.
You lunge forward without a moment's hesitation. You feel flesh easily give way and look down to see your blade already sinking deep into her heart.
It did say it was a horror game, but I still didn't expect blood.
Oh, this is it, isn't it? I'm almost embarrassed. I should have seen that coming. But I have to wonder, do you actually believe this was enough to kill me?
It's like she's convinced she can't die. Yes, even as she lays there dying, she entirely believes herself to be alive and well.
Okay.
It's over, isn't it? She stopped breathing moments ago, that arrogant look still plastered on her face.
I feel like I've made a mistake. Have I made a mistake?
But is it over? Really over?
Why are you asking me, hero? Of course not. That was too easy. I'm not sure. I feel like she has to have some kind of trick up her sleeve. Of course it is. She's dead. She's dead.
Yes, exactly. It's over. With your work done, you make your way back up the stairs, closing the door to the basement behind you.
Well, that was easy. Mission accomplished, people.
Why do I feel like we've done something terrible?
Yeah, I feel the same way.
You did kill someone. Greater good or not, something would be very wrong with you if you didn't feel at least a little bad. But it was for the greater good. One of these days that will sink in and help ease your guilty conscience.
It already is.
But that day isn't today. Let's just get out of here.
Leave.
You open the cabin door, ready to return to a world saved from certain doom.
Woo!
Only, a world saved from certain doom isn't what you find. Instead, what you find is nothing at all. Where a lush forest stood mere minutes ago, the only thing in front of you now is the vast emptiness of some place far away.
I don't like where this is going.
What happened? Everyone is fine. It's just that you and the cabin are now far away from them. Don't worry. You'll be safe here. This is good. Everyone is happy. You'll be happy.
What do you mean? I was kind of hoping I'd get a better ending for saving the world. Oh, okay. That's bullshit. Let me out of here. So everyone's safe, but I'm just doomed to be here, like, alone in this void? What the hell? That's bullshit. Let me out of here.
What's done is done. And there's no going back now.
You lied to me.
This is what's best for everyone. Trust me. Time passes. You can't be sure if it's days, or months, or years, or even decades. It's all a wonderful, boring blur. You've never been happier. Psst. Hey. We're not just gonna stay here forever, right?
Didn't you hear the narrator? I'm happy. We're happy. I didn't expect the game to continue on after I slayed her. I'm not gonna lie. I thought that would be like, hey, you slayed the princess. Good job. And I don't know what I was expecting. We're not just gonna stay here forever, right? Hell no. Do you have any idea how to get us the heck out of here?
I do, but you're probably not going to like it. The blade. We can use the blade to get out of this.
What, like seppuku?
I can hear everything you say, little voice. There's only one thing it would want you to use that blade on, and I'm afraid that thing is you, dear hero.
Yep, seppuku.
He's right. It's the only way out. Do you hear that? It wants to take this happiness away from you. It wants this wonderful place to end.
It's only wonderful because you keep calling it wonderful. It's pretty drab.
Do you not? There's more for us to do, and the only way for us to do it is to take that blade and use it.
What do you mean there's more for us to do?
Don't you dare.
Wouldn't using the blade, kill us? Wouldn't we be dead?
How astute. You are absolutely correct. Using the blade to kill yourself would kill you, and you shouldn't do it.
Okay, but you lied to me before, and you put me in this hell, so if you're saying that I shouldn't do it, that means I should do it, right?
In a sense, we die, but looking at things from another angle, are we even really alive anymore? This place, it's nothing. It's absolutely nothing. It's just the same thing, constantly, forever.
That is cutting, sir.
I know this is out there, but trust me, I know using the blade will work. That little voice didn't want you to slay the princess. It didn't want you to be happy.
Yeah, I slayed the princess. I'm not happy. I'm not risking death over your weird hunch. Anything to get out of this hell. You're right. I didn't like the idea. I'm just going to stick around and do nothing, at least for a little while longer. You'd better be right about this. I'll be pretty upset if we die.
If we die, you can yell at me all you want. I made this happy little place for you. Is this not a good enough reward for saving the world? An eternity of bliss? You ingrate? Fine. Whatever. For the first time since time stopped meaning anything, you throw open the door to the basement and walk down the stairs. The princess's body is dust and bones, though the blade you used to slay her is still as pristine as the day you first held it. You pick up the blade, you stab yourself, and you die.
Well, that was easy.
The end. Nice knowing you.
Oh. Chapter 2, The Spectre. That was the right path?
In the woods. And at the end of that path is a cabin.
Wait.
And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
What?
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Excuse me? Oh, you bastard. You're in it for it now. I'm wise to your tricks. I'm getting a terrible sense of deja vu. Wait, hasn't this happened already? But I killed myself. What am I doing here? Are we in a time loop? Like, if you slay the princess, it just resets time? So what happens if you don't slay the princess?
I can assure you that you're not dead. And to answer your second question, you're here to slay the princess. I literally told you that a second ago.
Don't get smart.
If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way.
Oh, but you remember what happened, voice of the hero.
That's fine. It wasn't very hard to kill her last time. We'll just do it again.
Voice of the cold.
Well, if for whatever reason you're going to insist that this has happened
That's
before,
new.
at least your heart's in the right place.
Let's assume I'm telling the truth and all of this really did already happen. Why should I listen to you? Why should I bother doing anything?
Those are two very different questions, but fine. I'll indulge you if that's what it takes to get you moving.
Also, I couldn't help but notice our hands that were wrapped around the dagger. They were like clawed. It was kind of weird, like similar to the clawed hand of our mouse pointer.
Let's say for a moment that this really is the second time you've met me, or at least a version of me. You died last time, which probably only happened because you didn't listen to me.
You're half right.
Oh, we listened to you plenty. We slew the princess just like you asked us to, and then you locked us away in an empty void for eternity. So we slew ourselves too. Well, if you killed yourself, then you weren't listening to me, because I would never want you to do that. Believe it or not, I care about you.
Yeah, cared enough to lock me in a void.
And I believe your other question was something along the lines of, oh, what's the point of doing anything? If you're asking that, it sounds to me like you're making the rather dangerous assumption that your actions last time around didn't have any consequences.
This narrator reminds me a lot of the narrator from the Stanley Parable. It has some sass to it.
What do you mean? Of course there weren't any consequences. We slew the princess, the world outside the cabin disappeared, we died, and now everyone's right back where they started. That sounds pretty consequence-free to me. Yes, but in this purely hypothetical scenario, that begs the question of how you got back here. Did time simply rewind itself, or were you instead transported to a different world entirely?
Ooh.
Had you failed to slay the princess, what would have happened to everyone in the place you left?
But I did slay the
It
princess.
doesn't matter, because we didn't fail to slay her.
Mm-hmm.
And if she's really back, which I doubt, it'll be just as easy to do it again. But after that nasty trick you pulled on us, maybe she's not the only one around here in need of slaying.
Voice of the cold is the most logical reason so far.
Just stay focused, will you?
Let's talk about this princess.
Just be quick about it.
If anything, the world ended after I slew her. When I tried to leave, everything was gone.
That's a good point. How do we know we didn't have things backwards? Maybe slaying the princess was what ended the world, not the other way round. Yes, maybe this whole thing was a trick to get us to end the world. And now we get to go through the whole charade again, wholly aware of what's waiting for us at the end.
If I hit auto, does it
But that's
automatically...
assuming she's alive in that cabin. We did kill her, after all.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to find her in the cabin. If the princess had actually been slain, you wouldn't be here. And let me assure you, killing her will not end the world. I don't know what you think happened to you last time, but it's a load of nonsense. You'll get your happy ending. I promise. Well, that's exactly what we're afraid of.
Yeah, right?
Really? Living happily ever after sounds that bad to you? Oh well, there's no use arguing over your masochism. The cabin awaits.
Okay, so what if we just... Last time around, I stabbed her in the heart and she died. How can someone like that end the world?
She just can. You'll have to trust that what I'm saying is true.
Yeah, because it worked so well last time. Who locked her in the basement? What is this place?
People locked her in that basement, and I told you what this place is. It's a path in the woods. Don't overcomplicate things.
Why didn't people slay her? If people locked her away, why couldn't they slay her? Why isn't this falling on me?
Look, I'm not supposed to say this, but it's because you're special.
I like how the game's
You're
dialogue
the
options are
only
like
person
almost coming from my
capable of doing
mind.
this. Call it a prophecy, if that helps. But It's just the way things are.
I'm the only one, huh?
Oh. I didn't know we were special.
Of course we're special.
You're being cagey. What aren't you telling me?
I've told you everything you need to know. Going into more detail would just overcomplicate an otherwise very simple situation and make your job more difficult.
This is boring. He's clearly not interested in talking. So let's just do as he says. And maybe he'll stop bothering us.
That's all.
Great. Now, if you don't mind, the whole world is waiting with bated breath for you to save it from ruin.
Turn around and leave. I mean, I'll do that option eventually. I get the feeling this is going to keep repeating. What happens if we just kill her again? Like, not to try to speedrun this shit, but
before you go any further,
she will lie,
she will lie,
yeah.
she will cheat, and she will do.
So what happens if we
everything in
just
her
kill her
power to
again?
Stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says.
She won't be a problem.
I like how the voice of the cold is stepping in now and then. Is that why this is called the Spectre? Because we have voice of the cold now?
The interior of the cabin is cold, a soft odor of dirt permeating the air. Cobwebs flutter in the corners. You can hear wind whistling outside, banging the shutters against the walls.
I don't remember the cabin having
Furniture of note is an elegant
cobwebs
table
and
with a
shit.
pristine blade
Am I losing my
perched on
mind?
the edge.
Is this mirror new?
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right. It feels like no one's been here for a long, long time.
Uh-huh.
Like I've been saying, she's dead. We killed her already.
You didn't say anything about the mirror on the wall.
That's because there isn't a mirror. There's a table, the blade sitting on the table, and the door to the basement. There's nothing else in here. There's definitely a mirror. There isn't.
Who cares if there's a mirror? Let's just go into the basement and find her body so we can be done with this.
I care about whether I'm being lied to. I care. I want to look at myself. I want to see how handsome I am. You're right, it doesn't matter. Remain silent, approach the mirror. I mean, is it bad that I'm gripped with a morbid sense of curiosity? Because I do have, like, clawed hands, so what does the rest of me look like? Minor detour. Minor detour.
I care less about that and more about whether we're being lied to. If he's willing to lie about something as innocuous as a mirror, what else is he hiding from us?
I mean, you have a good point.
I'm not lying to you. Use your eyes. There is no mirror. Why would I lie about something so meaningless? What good would it even do?
This whole cabin is different than last time. Yes, okay, thank you. I'm not losing my mind.
Very different.
Maybe that's because you haven't actually been here. I hope this means you'll finally drop that ridiculous second life proposition. You haven't died. You certainly haven't already slain the princess. So focus up. A lot's riding on this.
Approach the mirror.
You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here. This really isn't funny.
Wipe the mirror clean.
You reach forward and rub your hand against the
What
cabin
is this?
wall.
Why do I
How
have this
ridiculous
hand?
You look right now. But it was there a second ago.
Oh, the mirror's gone now.
And now it's gone. Let's not spend much longer worrying over it. Clearly, it's not even important enough to be acknowledged.
I don't like that, but alright, let's go kill her.
You take the blade from the table. It will be difficult to slay the princess and save
Let's
the
go
world
kill her
with a
again.
weapon.
The door to the basement groans open, revealing an old banister and a creaky
This is completely different.
stairwell. Everything is coated in a thick...
This was a stone floor before.
And you can feel it settle into your lungs as you breathe in the stale air. The very building itself feels dead. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor. The room below is silent.
Oh, she's not calling up to me this time.
Nobody's here. Naturally. As much as I appreciate the optimism, you shouldn't be so sure. I guess we'll just have to go down and see.
Unless she's a good...
As you descend the final
Yeah, no,
step,
she's dead.
the form of the princess comes into view. A skeletal body, lying in a heap on the floor, its wrist still bound to the wall by a thick chain.
See, I told you we already killed her.
Okay. She's definitely dead. It's just like I told you. Before you have a chance to finish your thought, the top of a head appears from underneath the floor.
What?
Two deep-set eyes stare up at you, followed by a mischievous, skeletal grin. And finally, the rest of the body floats up to join the head.
Chapter
Wait,
2, The
this isn't right.
Spectre.
What's going on here? Ghost!
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Wow. How absolutely terrifying. What's a ghost supposed to do to us?
I wouldn't put it past her to... Thank you for the raid, Shadow. I don't understand what's going on in this game. I really don't, because I don't even know if I want to explain what's going on. There's some kind of a time loop thing going on here. We've been here before. A lot of shit has already happened in 27 minutes. Yeah, she's a ghost because I killed her. She's dead. And I killed her because I figured instead of talking to her and getting invested in shit for just, having to explore the path later, I figured I'd just kill her and get it done with, like speedrun, so that way I can restart the game and then go through it the good way. Except I killed her and that wasn't the end of the game. So slay the princess is lying to me. The objective is not to slay the princess. What is a ghost supposed to do to us?
Oh, it's you. Hiya, Keller.
Oh god.
I was hoping to see you again. I have some issues with how our last meeting went.
You mean how I didn't even say a word to you and just stabbed you right in the heart?
The princess drifts across the room into your orbit, gently running her fingers across your shoulders and down your neck as she circles.
She's gonna kill me.
Her touch is cold and ethereal, formless yet real enough that her icy fingertips send shivers dancing across your skin. So she has a body, and she's right there. That means we could kill her again.
I don't blame her, that's the thing.
To.
But wait and see how things play out. Slay the princess.
Without a moment's hesitation, you lash out with your blade. It's like you're slashing at air.
Yeah, I should have
No matter how
figured
many
that was
times you stab,
okay.
No matter how many
I don't know
angles
what
you
I was
strike
expecting.
from, all you manage to do is interrupt her form, the skin of your hand prickling with cold as it passes through, unable to find anything solid.
Huh.
You're adorable when you're confused.
I'm not confused, you're a ghost, this makes sense.
But I didn't say you could touch me.
Uh-oh.
Why are you even here? Just making sure you finish the job, or what?
You tell me, the world reset. Except it didn't, because you're still dead. If I knew I'd have to talk to you again, I wouldn't have slain you. I died too, and I'm not floating around like you are. What happened? Why am I different? Why are you different? Stop playing the victim. You threatened me last time. She did, actually. But, I mean, it was probably out of self-defense. Yeah, no, I died too. I'm not a ghost, so...
Enjoy your stay.
Welcome on in.
Look dead, Killer.
You're right, I don't look dead. Hang on, I still have follower mode on. Hang on. Follower... 0. Okay, now you should be able to talk if you followed. Welcome. Unless, hang on. Can I just outright disable? Yeah, turn off followers only mode. There we go. I had that enabled because of the Yakuza stream. So, alright, we're good. Welcome on in. Whoever just subscribed, we have anonymous follows on, but if you want to chat, feel free to make yourself known. This is a horror game, probably, so, you know, keep that in mind. And yeah, you're right, I don't look dead because I'm not dead. I'm not a ghost.
The princess grabs your wrist, a sudden shock of cold flowing all the way up your arm, her eyes still fixed on yours as you try to squirm out of her grip.
And you don't feel dead either.
Are you gonna change that?
She lets go and pulls away. Your fingertips tingle painfully as the chill subsides.
I'm less interested in why you are, or how you are, and a lot more interested in what you are.
So am I.
I've tried to leave on my own. Before you came back to me, I explored every inch of this place, even the spaces between the walls. But I never found a way out. I always wound up right back here.
Huh, you don't say.
I just wanted to go home. I'm so cold and alone here.
Yeah, what I did is gonna make you going home a little difficult.
But you can come and go as you please, can't you? So, let me hitch a ride.
Shadow, did you not see her face contort into something horrifying just a second ago? I don't know if you want her to touch you. She could go all fucking ghoul on you in the middle of coitus, alright? Let me hitch a ride, as in possession?
After all, you owe me.
Yeah, you want this? You want this, Shadow? I mean... Look, I don't know if... I've never brought a paper bag into the bedroom. I feel like it would kill the experience.
Absolutely not.
I do kind of owe her, though.
Is she asking if she can possess us?
Uh-huh.
She is. And I hope I don't need to explain why you can't let that happen. It would be catastrophic if she managed to escape this place. And if you let her in, there is very little anyone could do to stop her.
This game is throwing me for a loop left and right, and I don't know if I like it. I mean, I do like it. I'm very interested already, but... So the whole concept here is that if this princess leaves this cabin or escapes this basement, the world ends. There's no explanation. That's the only explanation given, is if she leaves, the world ends. So I just killed her right away. Technically, she'll leave. If she leaves the cabin by possessing us, the world ends. So,
Would she be able to see us if we went along with it?
Now, isn't that an interesting thought? We could finally bring her face to face with him. I wonder what she would have to say to the one who wants her dead so badly.
When you say him, are you referring to me?
You won't like how things play out if you go down this path.
I didn't like how things played out the first time I went down the path, narrator dude. What if I say no? This would just be temporary, right? You'll leave once we're out of the cabin? If I let you in, do I still get to be in control? Before I agree to anything, we need to talk about what happens after you leave this place. I was told you to end the world. Sounds great, do it. The answer's no. I need to think on this. I was told you'd end the world.
And what? You just believed that? You killed me without giving it any thought? That's cold.
I mean, the game is called Slay the Princess.
That's rich coming from her. Every time she touches us, it's like we freeze over.
She's right, though, but that's neither here nor there. What's done is done. What we do from this point forward is all that matters. Let's try not to let emotion get the better of it.
Obviously, it was wrong of me to believe that. How could you have ended the world if all it took to kill you was a knife to the heart? What are you going to do if I help you get... I mean, I killed her, but she's a ghost now, so that point's invalidated. What are you going to do if I help you get out of here? Well, were you going to end the world? You didn't answer my question. Do you want to end the world? I'm not cold, I'm just dumb. I'm just a big, dumb, stupid idiot. Stupid, stupid, stupid. What was I thinking just believing what I was told? Return, leave it at that. Do you want to end the world?
The only thing I've ever wanted was to leave this place. It's still the only thing I want.
So it's just coincidence that you leaving this place would end the world. You still didn't answer my question. Even if you don't want to end it, does letting you out of here mean the world's going to end?
It does. We're not asking you. We've heard your whole speech already.
Yeah, I'm asking her.
I really don't know. I'm not lying to you. I promise. The world doesn't matter. All I remember is that I'm supposed to be there, not here. I'm just supposed to be a part of it. It's home, I think.
I don't know, Money. I really don't.
But what does it mean for anything to end? I ended, but I also didn't. And you ended too. But here you are. And you don't even look any different.
Yeah, right? Weird.
I'm not so sure endings are real.
Alright, well, that's meta. What are you gonna do if I help you get out of here?
I don't know. Maybe I'll just fade away. Finally able to rest once I'm free from my unfinished business. Maybe I'll find someone to haunt.
Maybe it's gonna be your killer.
Maybe I'll haunt you.
This game's really gotta stop doing that. It's gotta stop doing that. It can't keep getting away with this, saying what I keep saying.
It's a tough question, asking someone what she's going to do with her life.
The princess leans in close and pauses, the frigid air between you stale and unmoving.
Especially when you have no life.
Especially when it's someone that's dead.
I could have written this game. Alright. I'm a little unnerved by this.
She pulls back with a playful giggle.
I don't think most living people could answer that either. Does anyone actually know who they are or what they want?
If I'm being honest, lady, I'm just kind of going with the flow day by day. Were you going to end the world?
I don't know. I just wanted to leave. I still just want to leave.
Leave it at that. See, this is exactly what I was trying to tell you about in the woods. This already happened. We killed her, talking to the narrator.
Yes, obviously things are strange right now. I think it's safe to say that you've seen something you shouldn't have seen. Whatever worlds you've hopped between, whatever versions of me you've met, none of that matters now. There's no changing what's already happened, but you have a job to finish.
Dude, she's a ghost. She's
Finish.
dead.
How? We already did what you told us, and now she's a ghost.
This is getting weird.
You haven't tried slaying her yet this time, though, have you?
Yes, I did!
And then what? And then you'll have saved the world.
I did try to slay
He's
her.
asking about what happens after we save the world.
She's a ghost. She
That's
can't be
still an
cut.
option. What do you mean, after?
You already know what we mean, don't you? So why don't you go ahead and tell us? You're going to try and lock us away in a timeless void again? Because I didn't much care for that.
So yeah, that's what happened, is I killed her, I tried to leave the cabin, there's nothing outside the cabin, it's a fucking void. And we're there for so much time that the princess's body becomes bones. So eventually I just took myself out. And that's when time looped, and here we are.
I'm not going to lock you anywhere.
What an interesting choice of emphasis.
Yeah, right? If you're not gonna lock me in here, then who is? I'm sorry I killed you last time. I shouldn't have done that. Stop playing the victim. You threatened me last time. Do you know why you came back? I killed you. What are you doing not being dead? Do you want me to die? Do you want me to kill myself to satisfy some sort of sick revenge fantasy? Because I already did that, and it wouldn't be hard to do it again. I'm sorry. Is there any way I can make it up to you? If I knew, there's a lot of dialogue options. There's a lot of dialogue options. Jesus Christ. I'm not going to read all of these. After I killed you, this cabin, I want to say it teleported. It wasn't in the woods anymore. Time stopped meaning anything, and I had to kill myself to escape.
You poor thing. That must have been so frightening for you.
You're rolling your eyes because I killed you, huh?
You know, after everything we've been through, it's nice to see someone finally sympathising with us. This whole thing's been an ordeal, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's a shame she's actually nice. It's gonna make killing her again a whole lot harder.
She doesn't mean it.
It serves you right.
I was pretty scared too, when you stood there not saying a word with a knife clenched in your fist. But now you know how bad it hurts to get stabbed in the chest.
It sounds like you got exactly what you're owed.
Then we're even. You threatened me.
Well, yeah, you brought a knife with you. Was I supposed to just welcome you with open arms when you obviously...
Yeah, see, it was out of self-defense. That knife could have been for anything.
It could have, but it wasn't. You can't blame me for threatening a would-be knife-wielding murderer. Especially when that would-be knife-wielding murderer became an actual knife-wielding murderer.
That's fair. That's fair. Let's get you out of here. Let the princess possess you. Slay the princess harder! uh... I feel like asking her what she can do to hurt me is pointless because she's a ghost and she can touch me, so that means she can kill me. Slay the princess harder.
You swing at the princess once
God
more,
damn it.
and once more your blade cuts through nothing as she disappears.
Really?
Her voice chides from elsewhere in the room. You whirl around, finding her hovering between you and the basement stairs, looking you over with grim disappointment.
Look, lady, I'm not here to make friends. I'm here to do a job, alright? We can make friends after I find whatever ending this is leading to.
She draws in close.
I don't like this.
I was willing to let bygones be bygones, killer. I was willing to ignore everything you did to me so we could get out of here, together. All I ever wanted was to leave this place. All I ever wanted was to find a way back home.
I feel like I've made a terrible mistake.
Wherever home is.
Her eyes turn from wells of sorrow to pits of wrath as she stares into you.
I guess violence is the only language you speak.
She forces her hand into your chest, and then... Yes? Nothing happens. Are you sure about that? Something should have happened.
Yeah?
And yet it didn't. We're fine.
Hey, Klatcha. I don't know if you want to be here. This game's getting scary. Did you miss? I'm not afraid of you. Stare at her in silence. Step away. Did you miss?
No.
You can't be sure if you first hear or feel what happens next, but it is over before you can fully conceptualize what it is. A horrific splintering, the squelching of organs, the rending of tissue, an icy, numbing pain.
I'm done asking. The next time I see you, I'm taking everything I owed. Starting with your body. If you don't choose to give me my freedom, I'll just have to make you give it to me.
She's real now. If she's making us dead, we should return the favor.
She's real now. If she's making us dead, we should return the favor. Slay the princess. God
Swing
damn it!
towards her briefly corporeal throat. It connects. A gash widens across her neck, glowing ectoplasm leaking from the wound.
Oh, good. We actually did slice her. Good.
It's too little, too late.
Oh.
In her hand, you realize she clutches your still beating heart. It thumps unsettlingly. Did we get her? Even if we didn't, we've given her something to remember.
See you soon, killer.
See you next reset.
I'm afraid you'll never know. As she crushes your precious organ in her hand, everything goes dark.
and you die.
Chapter 3, The Wraith. Oh good, it's still going.
You're on a path in the wood.
Oh good,
Here
the
we
woods
go.
look even more fuckered.
Off to slay her. Again.
The deck's stacked, isn't it? We kill her, we
Oh good, a new
start-
voice.
She kills us as a goddamn ghost, we start again. I'm starting to think we're being run in circles just for the sake of it.
Not to mention, we killed her as a goddamn ghost, and it didn't work. I unlocked a achievement called Heart Ripper, and I just noticed that there's 97 achievements in this game. And I've only unlocked one. Does that mean there's 97 endings? I don't know. Alright, Shadow, have a good night. I appreciate the raid again. I'll let you know how this game is, or you could watch it later. I don't know. Money, it's gotta be getting late for you. Are you going to bed soon? Yeah, okay, I guess we have Voice of the Cheated now.
Let's not give in to all that misery just yet. There's got to be a way out of this. There's got to be a right answer.
Yeah. And what if there isn't? Aren't you listening to me? What if all of this was rigged from the start?
Truth is, the
That's
game was rigged from the start.
There'd be no point in all this if it was just some kind of cosmic busy work.
I think that's exactly what it is. The powers that be seeing how many ways they can screw with us. Could be it's all some kind of sick joke to them.
Wouldn't that get, I don't know, boring? Not if they're creative with it.
Okay, so you've already been here. Twice even. Great. Then let me poke a few holes in your depressing little theory.
So you were just
Your
playing
mind
dumb
is
the first way.
Screwing with you, and I can't imagine any scenario where you would have started over after slaying the princess.
Well, we didn't have to start over. We killed ourselves.
And why, pray tell, did you do that?
Because you decided to foist an infinite tedium on us.
That doesn't sound like me. If I'd had everything my way, you would have effortlessly slain the princess, saved the world, and been given your happy ending.
Yeah. Funny, that.
The ending was the tedium. You locked us in a cabin and sent that cabin to an endless void, and then you told us we were happy.
Well, were you happy?
No.
Of course we weren't happy. That's why we killed ourselves. It was awful.
It was boring.
It was bullshit.
So you killed yourself? Yes. And then she killed us.
Mm-hmm.
Even though she was already dead. This is all fake. Okay, let's try to get back on track. You're real. The princess is real. The world is real. The people in the world are real. And the danger she poses to all of them is also, quite unfortunately, real. Whatever you did the first time, it sounds like it almost worked. So how about you give it one last try? Because killing yourself seems to undo all the good you almost
She's dead
managed to
already. She's a
accomplish.
ghost. In fact, according to the
What
chapter
do
title,
you
she's a
mean?
wraith
So you
now.
just lock us away forever again?
Yeah, each time we die, we get a new voice in our head.
Tell you what, I won't do that. I promise. Oh yeah, sure, that changes everything. I mean, he did promise. And you believed him?
All this standing around and talking is boring. Let's at least do something. Maybe we'll kill her again. Maybe we won't. Maybe we'll even free her.
Now wouldn't that be something?
It would. I guess we'll just have to see what happens.
So what happens if I just...
Thankfully,
Kill her
you're
again.
the one's actually making the decisions. Are you?
Hey, Shelly, what's going on? This game's creepy and weird.
You have to slay her. You have to save the world. Nothing matters more than this. Don't play by his rules. Everything is rigged. Everything is changing to whatever's convenient for him. Even the woods are changing.
Alright, let me sum this up real quick. You're in the woods, and in the woods is a cabin, and in the cabin is a princess. If the princess leaves the cabin, the world will end. So you have to slay the princess. I slayed the princess. Time looped. we were back at the cabin. I went down, she was a ghost, she killed me, time looped. I don't know what's going on.
That's all the more reason to take this seriously. If the path isn't the same, it means that her influence is spreading, and the world has already started to end. Her influence?
Her influence. Is that why the cabin's messed up?
I really shouldn't have said that. It'll make your task more difficult. But
Is that why the
no doubt
woods are
you
messed
will
up?
Always take that information as a sign of goodwill between us and do your job, alright?
Are you the same narrator we met in the other loops? You're equipped to accept that we've been here before. We've killed her and been killed by her, and neither of those things have gone well for us. If we're going to fall through this loop forever, eventually we're going to let her out. We might as well do it now. I mean, not wrong inner voice, but still. What happens if we don't go to the cabin? That's another option. Proceed to the cabin. There's something else we haven't tried. Turn around and leave. Are you the same narrator?
If I had to make a wager, I'd say yes and no. That's a hedge, not a wager.
Fair.
I haven't met you, but you've clearly met me. It sounds to me like you're hopping between parallel realities, in which case the me you just met here is the same collection of experiences as the me you met at all of those other beginnings, but their continuity breaks the moment you say or do anything, in effect making them all separate. So, yes, I'm the same me, but ever since the moment we started talking, I'm different. I'm not sure how we're supposed to kill him ourselves, but he's asking for it. Maybe there's some way she can take care of him for us.
Ooh, that'd be
They've clearly
interesting.
all been through some harrowing experiences. Don't let their baggage influence your decisions. You have the ability
I
to
mean,
see
could
things
Ghost
clearly. I
Princess
suggest
go
you
and kill
use
him?
it.
What happens if we just don't go to the cabin? That's another option.
Then she finds a way out on her own. Ugh, of course she does. So, standing around out here is the same as us letting her out. Only we don't have to see her. That's gotta be better, right? No, it's strictly worse.
I mean,
She
the
can't
world
kill
ends.
us out here. Why would staying out of killing distance be worse if she's getting out regardless? Because it's cowardly, for starters, and because the unknown is always worse than the known. Really, all
This
you're
is an
doing is
unknown.
weighing too considerably
She
down.
was a ghost last time, and she's going to be a vengeful ghost this time. I get the feeling she's going to be very fucked up.
And whatever delusion is holding you back from doing that is just that, a delusion. If you already managed to end her in some other world, the only reason you'd be here is that you somehow managed to do it wrong.
What do you mean, do it wrong? I stabbed her in the
More
chest.
rhetoric. Since when is there a wrong way to slay her? I'm sick of it. Makes me want to end the world out of spite.
Right, cheated. Proceed to the cabin, turn around and leave. We've killed her and been killed by her. Neither of those things have gone well for us. If we're going to fall through this loop forever, eventually we're going to let her out. Might as well do it now. You know what? Let's proceed to the cabin and see what happens.
You continue down the path towards the cabin.
Let's see how fucked up the cabin is now.
It isn't long before you're steps away from your destination. I don't think you need any words of warning. I think you know what's in there, and despite your protestations, I think you know what you need to do. The more he talks, the more I'm interested in setting her free. Whatever. You don't want to listen to me? Do it then. Let her out. See what I care.
Okay.
It sounds like somebody's about to crack.
Are you trying to use reverse psychology on me, or have you just given up?
There's obviously no point in trying to reason with you right now, especially with all these clowns offering up their useless advice. Honestly, it seems like the more I try and talk sense into you, the more single-minded they get about letting her out. So yes, I'm done trying to argue. Would you look at that? We won. Take it however you will.
Enter the cabin. Is the mirror here?
The interior of the cabin.
Oh, it's only a mirror.
A single narrow hallway stretching far into the distance. Curtains billow out from tall windows on either side, obscuring the path forward, fluttering helplessly as opposing gusts of wind rush into the building, clashing and joining and driving everything forward.
There's only one option here.
The only furniture of note is... That's strange.
You can't see it, can you?
What's strange? Is it the mirror? The mirror? No, there isn't a mirror. What's strange is that there isn't much of anything in here at all, aside from the curtains. There's supposed to be a pristine blade. Why isn't there a pristine blade? Great. Something else has been taken away from us. I suppose the only way to go is forward. So forward we will go. Blade or not, it doesn't really matter, does it?
I mean, I've been dying to know what this mirror looks like. Literally dying to know. Ha ha ha. Let's pretend there's a mirror at the end of the hallway and that right now we can't see behind it. What's there? What's behind it?
If you're asking what's at the end of the hallway, it's the way to the basement. The way to the basement. Don't you mean door? No, I didn't say door, because there isn't a door, it's just an opening. What are the odds she's waiting for us right behind it? If I were running a bullshit factory, it's what I'd do. Let me assure you that there's nothing there. Nothing is going to jump out at you. Certainly not the princess.
You can
Princess
barely
is
hear
in
the game.
basement.
Oh shit. It's loud for money. I'll turn up the volume a little bit, but not that much. There is nothing here. Nothing is going to jump out at you. Certainly not the princess. The princess is in the basement.
He can't see the mirror. The knife is gone, defying his expectations. Who the hell is calling the shots here? Nobody is calling the shots. That's how reality works. You slowly make your way towards the gaping maw that awaits you. Your fraying nerves buzz with trepidation, the chill wind raising your hackles as it gently pushes you forward towards the darkness at the end of the hallway. You can't shake the feeling that you're being watched. We've always been watched. You're watching us right now. Sometimes the feeling is just stronger than others. I feel like you're trying to put us on edge. We don't need all this anticipation. We just need this to be over. You stop as you reach the end of the hallway, I presume in front of whatever mirror isn't actually there.
Wipe the mirror clean.
Here we go. You reach your arm forward into the pitch black of the opening. Nothing. It's like
Mirror's gone.
Read our mind just to mess with us.
What you looking at, killer? Staring into the void? Thinking about what it'd be like to die again? I know exactly how you feel.
Yeah, she's a vengeful ghost.
Shit. Where is she? You feel something long and frigid coil around your ankle. Your heart skips a beat, standing in muted shock for one long.
Jump scare incoming.
And then it, she, the princess, constricts. Your bones snap.
Oh, that was loud in my ears.
Icy pain radiates up from the break, a deep cold flooding your veins as your legs, numb with the shock of it, collapse, and you collapse with them. You're met with the terrifying visage of the princess. Her hand grips your leg in a
I knew she was gonna be messed up again, but
crowded with far too many long and crooked teeth.
You look
Do
great.
you know how I feel? I gave you a path to forgiveness. I gave you a chance to make things right.
And yeah, what the fuck are we? We're covered in fur and claws.
I thought maybe you'd see what you've done and feel remorseful. Maybe try to make it up to me. But no, you'd rather use that knife to keep making the same mistake over and over and over.
I mean, it was nothing personal, princess. I just wanted to see what would happen.
Even after I ripped your heart out, you still cut me. And for what? I didn't go anywhere. You didn't banish me. I'm right back here with you. A little better, a little worse. Well, maybe a lot worse.
Nah, what are you talking about? You look great.
So, here's how this is going to go. I'm going to take your body, and I'm going to walk it out of here.
Well, good luck doing that with a broken leg.
And
Oh!
you get to watch me do it. Completely helpless.
I deserve
Just like
that.
You left me.
I say we let her do it. It's something different. Do we even have a choice? You always have a choice. Maybe before, but not now. There isn't a blade this time. Exactly. What choice is there if there isn't a blade? Well, unless you have any specific ideas.
I think my vote's the only one that counts.
Look, we're even now. I killed you and then you killed me. Water under the bridge, right? That's not going to go well. I never wanted to hurt you. I don't even know how I got here. I'm a victim in all this too, you know. Wouldn't possessing me against my will make you no better than me? You don't have to be evil. You don't have to do this. It's too late for that. She's already been dead twice. Do you need to take my body? Can't I just open the door for you? That's fine. I'm actually here to free you. Or struggle. Struggle?
You violently struggle against the princess, but all you manage to do is grind the fragments of your splintered ankle together. You can't shake free from her now.
It's so easy to make you squirm. But I won't be crueler than I have to be. I wouldn't want to cause any more damage. It'll be hard enough for me to walk out of here on that broken ankle.
Yeah, no kidding.
You remain pinned to the floor of the long hallway as the rest of the princess's body emerges. Her proportions all wrong, limbs bent and curling, moving in ways that defy your understanding.
I don't like where this is going.
Her torso stretches until her face is practically touching yours, her neck cracking audibly as she twists to look at you from a fresh angle. Are you sure you can't do anything to help us? Can't you, like, manifest a rock right on top of her head?
Yeah, narrator, can you do like a Deus Ex Machina? That'd be cool.
Crush you along with her? Not that I even can manifest a rock. Besides, I thought you all wanted to free the princess.
I definitely did not.
Not like this. You don't even have a weapon, so I'm afraid you're out of luck, which unfortunately means that I, and the rest of the world, are out of luck too. And whose fault is it there isn't a weapon here? Yours, I assume. There's supposed to be a pristine blade. Whatever you did in those previous lives of yours, you really messed up.
I was just trying to slay the princess.
Are you seriously trying to blame this on us?
You told me to slay the princess.
Your vision fades as she tears open the membrane of your soul.
Oh good, she's in me.
Eyes once again fixed on the long hallway, your vision swimming as the princess's command reverberates inside your skull.
Now she's a voice in my head.
All-encompassing. You feel wrong. So cramped in here. Like there's some sort of growth trying to push us all out. I know. You rise to your feet, though the pain in your ankle is blinding. Your body slumps against the wall, desperately leaning into it for support. There's another option, you know. Don't help either of them. Flip the table.
What? And before you ask, yes, it sounds just as faded to me.
That gap where the mirror was, I don't think it goes anywhere. Let's throw ourselves into the abyss.
I mean, I think Cheated is onto something. That mirror keeps disappearing.
Your body,
Ow!
still slumped against the wall, trapped between the princess's overwhelming will and the blinding pain of your splintered ankle, takes an excruciating step towards the cabin door. The movement is stiff, your body reduced to a marionette, pulled reluctantly along by your strings.
It's not that bad. The pain feels good. Because I know you feel it too.
Throw your body into the abyss. Yeah, no, you can't have my body. I won't let you. Off we go.
Moment of overwhelming willpower, you tear your body from the wall and hurl it towards the gaping abyss.
I won't let you do that.
Capillaries burst and muscle fibers tear as you and the princess struggle over the reins of your body. One foot planted firmly on the edge where the floor ends, and the nothing begins. It's unquestionable that her reserves are greater than yours, but fortunately for you, the distance you have to cover is far shorter. Enough is enough. I'm tired of us always losing. It's just a step away.
Yeah, right?
Even if you hurl yourself into the abyss, you still lose.
I guess we'll find out, huh?
You throw everything you have against her and manage, for one brief moment, to overpower the princess's hold on your body. But that moment was all you needed. Your foot slips a few inches, and you collapse forward, the darkness swallowing you whole.
I got an achievement called The Exorcist 3. Why is it The Exorcist 3?
Her thought slips through.
I don't hate you, it's just I had to do it to save the world.
What an end. But at least it's ours. An empire of frigid nothing. I don't think this qualifies as saving the world, but at least you didn't ruin it.
Yeah, take what we can get.
What happens now?
I'm just trapped in the void with them for eternity.
But I want to know what he thinks happens now. Oh? And why is that?
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
He's gone. But
Oh, I'm the narrator now. Terminal velocity ceases and you feel a something, a mass, a growth, torn out of you. You and the princess look at each other for a short moment.
What's happening?
What just happened? What did she get taken by? But you don't answer her before something takes her and leaves something in her place. You feel a force underneath your feet once more.
she's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And there's that mirror again. Why is it here? Why now?
I don't know where she went. I don't know how we'd even go about looking for her. The narrator is gone. I think I'm supposed to look at the mirror. How would we even go about looking for her?
Right. She's gone. It's just us and that awful thing. We just can't win. Don't bother looking for her. I'm sure it's just a waste of time.
The narrator is gone.
It is. Does that mean the world ended? He was never going to outlast us. Good riddance.
I think I'm supposed to look at the mirror.
Something dreadful about it. I don't think you should. It's going to do something to us. I can feel it. Ignore the cowards. You have to look.
What other option do I have? Approach the mirror.
I'm begging you, don't do this.
The mirror never scared you before.
It's different now. It feels, I don't know, final.
You approach the mirror. Gaze into your reflection. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone, but the mirror remains. It's time for you to see what's in it. It's you. You are alone in a place that is empty. It's quiet here. Proceed to the cabin? What? You are at the cabin. Approach her.
Something finds me in the long quiet and brings me the gift of a fragile vessel.
Okay. What are you?
I am solitary lights in an empty city. What are you?
Solitary lights.
Thoughts without connections. A dim and nascent network. I wish to be more.
Good night, Klatcha. Thank you for joining us. I don't know what we are. I didn't even get a good glimpse of it. We're something. And I don't know what this is, but the hands are like puppeteering her, essentially. What do you think I am?
I think that you are like me. We are oceans, reduced to shallow creeks.
The gift of a fragile vessel, you said?
Yes. Nerves and fibers to feel the worlds beyond. Perspectives to make my own. This one is loneliness turned to seething. She could not find her strength in others, so she found it in herself. She will make for a driven heart. Do not mourn her. She isn't alone anymore.
So she's dead. Are you what sent me to slay the princess? Are you what trapped me in here?
I have only just now stirred to consciousness. I could not have trapped you here, and I too yearn to be free.
Do you know the narrator?
You are the only thing I have ever known. The space we're in is vacant. Nothing comes here but us.
You're telling me a whole lot of nothing, lady. Attack the entity, destroy your body. Are you the princess?
She is part of me, and part of me is her.
So yeah, she's like puppeteering her. But were you always the princess, or are you just making her a part of yourself?
You speak in circles. Does it matter where one thing begins and another ends?
In this case, I think it's safe to ask questions. What happens now? Do we know each other?
You are familiar, but you are not me. I feel sadness, longing, hope as I witness you.
Is this the end of the world?
How can the world have ended if we are talking?
Let her out of there.
I'm sorry. There are some changes that can never be undone. There are some tears that can never be unshed. This is not a place that can hold a fragment of a concept. The moment she arrived here, she was going to return to me.
Return?
I promise that it doesn't hurt.
What about the other worlds?
I know only that they are.
What happens now?
Nothing, as we are. But I know that there are worlds beyond us, and that we are meant to reach them. There is no exit, but this vessel is a creature of perception. She can make you forget, if only you believe her to be able to. Bring me more perspectives, so that I may be whole. And perhaps then we will know our freedom.
So that implies that this, whatever this is, appears at the end of every route and claims whatever princess I'm with. What is this? I was sent to slay the princess to stop her from destroying the world. If I help you, is that what you're going to do?
You ask of things that cannot be done. To destroy is merely to reshape, to remold.
You're being semantic. What are you going to do if I help you?
How can I know? I am flickers in something sprawling and unilluminated.
You speak in nothing but riddles and I don't like it. Aren't you scared I'll find a way to kill you?
I have not lived. I am not afraid to die.
Fair. How much will I forget?
Everything. Until we meet again.
How many more pieces of you do I have to find?
More than you have found, but less than there are to find. I am infinite. The rest will find their own way home.
And what if I don't let you do this to me?
Then we will be here forever, as we are now. Unfinished, dry, hollow.
Okay, make me forget. I'm not going back. Where's my option to attack the body? I know it would probably do nothing, but I'm not going back.
If you need time, then I'll wait with you.
Wait forever. Okay, I'm ready. Make me forget. Wait forever?
You are as I am now, and forever is a long time to remain undone. I am not you, but I know that I would return before forever was finished. What textures will you weave for yourself to occupy forever? Will you place the images of you and I into a box for safekeeping? If you close that box, will you become another you in another world? An imaginary pattern repeating itself until it can no longer bear the weight.
I get the feeling she's the reason that the things are repeating themselves, but I don't know what she is.
You'll always
Nor
come
why
back to
why she
the
needs the
box,
princess.
because you'll always want to know what it means to be you. I will be here waiting by your side until you're ready to return to mine.
The game just crashed. I mean, yeah, I did say wait forever, you know? Just, okay, let's boot it back up. Yeah, no, the game straight up crashed.
You have returned to me. Though you were gone mere moments, I never left your side.
Wow. That is some meta-ass bullshit right there. Okay, make me forget.
She asks that I tell you to remember her. You won't.
Everything goes dark and you die. A seething vessel, bring the
You're
wraith
on a
to her.
path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin,
I got an achievement.
Is a princess.
I got an achievement called The Real Slay the Princess starts here. You'll know when you see it. Huh. Okay. Let's go again.
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
So things have officially looped all the way back to the beginning now. I mean, yeah, these are all the options I had the very first time. So everything officially looped. It took me over an hour to loop this. Okay, well, we went immediately for killing her the last time. Let's just be nice. Let's not kill them this time. Have you considered that maybe the only reason she's going to end the world is because she's locked up?
While I appreciate the mental exercise, we are running up against a bit of a ticking clock. Nevertheless, let me assure you, the princess is locked up because she's dangerous. She is not dangerous because she's locked up. And before you decide to waste even more of our time by asking how I know that, let me suggest a more pragmatic lens through which to view this situation.
Hey, the narrator's back.
Causality doesn't matter here, because the end result is the same no matter what led us up to this
I have
point.
not played The Windows
If
Are
the princess
Gone.
leaves the cabin, the world will end, and there is no changing that.
Let's test that theory, shall we?
It's no use arguing semantics over a metaphorical chicken or egg, because the egg is hatched and it's about to ruin everything.
Yeah, I ruined everything pretty good already by being extremely bloodthirsty, so, let's not do that this time.
Unless, of course, you do your job and slay her.
Silently continue.
You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within.
She will lie, she will cheat.
Warning. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word
She doesn't have to
says.
stop me if I don't do it in the first
We're not going
place.
to go through with this, right? She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them.
Mm-hmm.
Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
Proceed.
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty.
Cabin's back to
and
normal.
The floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Yeah, no, I'm good.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. Her voice softly carries up the stairs.
Hello? Is someone there?
That's a different voice than when I came down here with the dagger.
It's hypnotizing. It's the kind of voice you only have to hear once to remember it for the rest of your life. Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation. You're playing a dangerous game by coming here unarmed.
Yeah, no, the voice is different. She doesn't have that sass. Fuck it, I'm here to save you.
How many times do I have to tell you how dangerous letting her out of here would be before it finally sinks in?
Fuck you, narrator.
Wait, really? You're here to rescue me? I was starting to think I'd be stuck down here forever. Come downstairs. I want to see the face of my rescuer.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement. She's beautiful. How could someone like this be a threat to anyone? I am begging you to stay focused. There's a lot riding on you here.
Hi. I can't believe you're here. I've been waiting for something like this to happen forever.
There's no sass, there's no threats, there's nothing. She's a completely different person. It's like the dagger is a trigger of some kind.
I hope you brought something to deal with these chains.
Do it. If she gets out of those chains, we're all one step closer to the end.
I have a dagger upstairs. I'll see what I can do. Examine the chains.
You're only making this more difficult.
Shut the hell up, narrator.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're making a huge mistake.
We're not playing your game anymore.
No, you're doing the right thing. You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug. They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
I'm guessing you don't have the key?
I don't. Sorry, sweetheart.
Maybe it's somewhere upstairs. Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day. They wouldn't have just left the key to her chains somewhere in the cabin.
If there isn't any key, do you have any other ideas? I'm going to check upstairs. Maybe the key's still lying around somewhere up there. And if not, maybe I can at least find something to break you free. You have any ideas?
Maybe there's some way to break the chains? Or if that doesn't work, I guess we can always cut me out of them.
I'm sorry, what?
She offers the suggestion with almost complete nonchalance.
I'm sorry, what? You talking about, like, gloving yourself? What do you...
If we were stuck down here long enough, I'm sure we'd be nonchalant about cutting our way out if it meant we could finally be free. You attempt to make your way out of the basement, but the door at the top of the stairs slams shut. You hear the click of a lock sliding into place.
Wonderful.
Is someone else here?
Try the door.
You try the door, but it's locked from the outside.
Shit. Hey, let me out of here.
Shouts and pleas are met with silence. You're here to slay the princess, and you won't leave until the task is done.
I got time.
You make your way to the bottom of the stairs. This would have been so much easier if you'd just taken the blade like you were supposed to. Easier for whom? Easier for everyone. Look at the mess you're in.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they?
There's a slight panic rising in the princess's voice.
If I could just get out of these chains, I know we could force our way out of here together.
She barely hesitates before raising her arm, her teeth through her limb with the determination of a trapped wolf. As she rips her flesh from her bone, a sound comes from behind you, the clang of bouncing metal. It's the blade from upstairs.
Oh, wonderful!
You're not sure how it made its way down here, but if there's a time to strike, it's now. Or we could use it to free her. You won't like what happens if you do that.
Save the princess!
Fine. Against your better judgment, you place the blade against the ragged, self-inflicted wound on
This is so much less wholesome than I thought it'd be.
The chain binding her to this place. You cut into her flesh. The blade is sharp, and it takes little effort to crack through the bone of her arm.
I'm practically in shock right now. Jesus Christ.
Her limb falls to the ground, and the heavy chains follow suit.
Great, now you're gonna bleed out, princess.
She
Congratulations.
didn't so much as utter a sound through the whole ordeal. No, she didn't.
Anybody got a tourniquet? Tourniquet, anybody?
She smiles softly as her gaze meets yours, blood from her wounded arm dripping rhythmically to the ground. How is she still smiling after everything?
Damn,
It's like
princess,
she's
your
even
metal as
bothered by
fuck.
What just happened?
I kinda dig it.
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
Approach the locked door.
We won't have any of that. The stakes are too high. You can't just let her escape into the world. No. I can't just let her escape into the world. As the princess approaches the bottom stair,
No,
your body
no.
steps forward and raises the blade.
No!
Wait, this isn't fair. You can't just do that. Watch me.
What are you doing?
No! Warn her!
Stop that.
Something's come over you, hasn't it? You know you don't have to do this, right?
Your body lunges forward, the blade held low, ready to sink into her heart. But the princess dodges, stumbling back against the wall before the blade has a chance to connect. Stop it! Stop trying to resist me. I'm trying to get you out of here alive.
I'm not gonna do it. Resist.
The blade! Move the blade! As your body remains frozen in stubborn resistance, the princess takes a cautious step forward.
We both know this isn't you.
She nervously reaches towards you and takes the blade from your infuriatingly rigid hands. What are you doing?
I'm sorry. I'll try to be quick.
This isn't what I had in mind.
She plunges it into your chest, tearing through flesh and sinew. It is agony. But you aren't dead yet.
Oh no! I'm so sorry.
Stay strong. We can tough it out until it's done. For her sake.
For her sake.
For her sake? Don't you start pretending that dying a painful death is some sort of heroic gesture. The two of you have literally doomed everyone.
Yeah, but we fucked you over.
Whatever. She sinks the blade into your chest again and again and again, and you feel every inch of burning pain that slices its way into your body.
You're really bad at this killing thing.
I'm
You're
sorry.
really bad at this killing thing, princess.
She doesn't know how to use a knife, does she? Apparently not. Though it doesn't matter how sloppy her knife work is, does it? A stab wound is still a stab wound, and it won't be long before you bleed out.
I'm so sorry.
With one last thrust of the knife, your legs give out beneath you. You collapse to the floor, your blood pooling around you, your limbs unresponsive. The princess stares down at your ruined chest as tears carve rivulets of pink down her blood-spattered cheeks. It can't just end like this, right?
I don't imagine it will.
Oh, that's rich coming from you. As much as I'd prefer for things to have gone differently, I can't deny the reality of what's happened. The two of you made your choice. It's over. Everything goes dark. And you die.
Chapter 2, The Damsel.
You're on a path.
Oh,
in the
crap.
woods. And at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
You know, I was expecting this to be like super wholesome and shit. And then all of a sudden she just 128 hours herself. Spoiler alert. I'm getting a terrible sense of deja vu.
A terrible sense of deja vu? No, you don't have that. This is the first
Since
time
when is
either of
horror
us have been
wholesome? You
here.
know, you can't blame me for trying, alright?
If he doesn't remember what happened,
Sometimes I like a
it's
happy
best to
ending.
keep it that way.
Yes, he didn't approve of us last time, did he? If we're going to save our beloved, we'll have to be sneaky about it.
Voice of the Smitten. That's new.
Our beloved?
Yes, you'll have to be very sneaky about your intentions if you're going to try and save the princess.
Ah, so all of the cards are on the table. Then you should know that we and the princess are in love, and the four of us will be foiling any and all assassination attempts you've got in the works.
Alright, look, I was just trying to be nice. There was no love here.
We'll see about that. Whatever you do, just be sure to ignore him specifically. It sounds like he's the sort who'd sacrifice the whole world for a peck on the cheek.
You might not be wrong.
What can I say? A world without love is a world that isn't worth saving.
She had some pair of watermelons. I'm sorry, Money. I was too busy looking at her stump, her chewed off, bloody stump, to notice the size of her titties. I'm pretty sure this whole thing literally just happened.
We could go back and forth on this forever, and it won't get you any closer to doing your job and saving the world.
Let's assume I'm telling the truth and all this has already happened. Why should I listen to you? Why should I bother doing anything?
Those are two very different questions.
I already asked
but
him this
fine.
before.
I'll indulge you if, let's say for a moment, that this really is the second. If you're back here, I'm assuming you died.
You were the one who did us in, villain.
Ooh, interesting. It's the voice of the Smitten talking back instead of the Cold.
Well, not you in the literal sense, but you did everything you could to stop us from rescuing her. Oh, I wonder why. Maybe it's because the entire world was at stake. No lone princess is worth that price.
I beg to differ.
I'm not going to argue with you. I'm just going to take a deep breath and assume that whoever is making the decisions here has the common sense to ignore your protestations. Anyway, I believe your second question was, what's the point of doing anything? If you're asking that, it sounds to me like you're making the rather dangerous assumption that your actions last time around didn't have any consequences.
Yeah, I died.
What do you mean? Of course there weren't any consequences. You forced the princess to kill us, and now everyone's right back where they started. That sounds pretty consequence-free to me. Yes, but in this purely hypothetical scenario, that begs the question of how you got back. If it's the latter, what do you think happened after you died? Do you think the people there lived happily ever after? Or do you think that the princess, left unhindered, brought about the end to everyone and everything, just like I told you she
I guess we'll find out when we go to the cabin, Mr. Narrator Man.
She would never. She's a perfect angel that you cruelly imprisoned as part of some convoluted, dastardly scheme.
I don't like the Smitten.
convoluted. I don't know how this premise could be
I missed the
any
Cold
more
already.
simple. Princess bad, stop her, save everyone.
I'm with them. I'm gonna find a way to save her from that cabin.
That's right, you can't stop all of us.
We're going to sweep her off her feet if it's the last thing anyone does.
Are these really the sorts of people you'd like to align yourself with? You're not at the cabin yet. You still have plenty of time to reflect on the situation.
Yeah, I'm curious if she's gonna have
I
the
just
stump
hope for
still
all
too.
our sakes that you make the right call.
Proceed.
A warning before you go any further.
She will lie, she will
Will
cheat.
lie.
We already told you we're not playing along with your little game. It's your lies that can't be trusted. Her beauty is the only thing in the world we can believe in.
I think we've already been over this. I'm pretty sure he just likes the sound of his own voice.
Probably.
I do, but I also speak from the heart. My passions are too great to be stifled. They must be expressed.
Sure, yeah, your passions are strong and all, but not everyone needs to hear them. Some things are better kept quiet.
Yeah, right?
Don't pay their bickering any
Little
mind.
loudmouth. Like I
Focus
said, I
on
missed the
past
Cold already.
and
Proceed. Now, is the cabin gonna be messed up, or is it going to be the same?
The interior of the cabin
It's
is clean and
nicer!
elegant. its stone walls draped in fine-threaded tapestries, a prison befitting a
Oh,
royal
so it's
prisoner.
like the way we treat
The
her, or the
furniture
way
room
she
is an
turns
ornate wooden
out,
table with a
directly
pristine
reflects
blade
on the
perched
loops.
on its edge.
That's why things got worse when we kept trying to kill her the first time.
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
I'm not doing that. Yeah, approach the mirror.
You walk up to the wall next to the basement. What are you talking about?
Wipe the mirror clean.
You reach forward and rub your hand. There was a mirror a second ago.
And now it's gone.
And there's no mirror now.
We could have a feather out of place, and now we'll never know.
I get the
Can't
feeling that's going to be a
gallantly
common
sweep her off
theme.
her feet if we have a feather out of place.
Because the mirror is the entrance to the void, essentially. So, this whole cabin is different than last time.
Very different.
Is it? I can't say I was paying much attention to the scenery last time around.
Maybe that's because you haven't actually been here. I hope this means you'll finally drop that ridiculous past life nonsense. You haven't died, and you certainly haven't been killed by the princess. So focus up. Stop letting yourself get distracted.
Is she gonna be, like, more regal and more pretty? I wonder if she'll still have the stump, though. Not taking the blade, enter the basement.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing an intricate stairwell. Gold-trimmed carpet glimmers in the light of the torches positioned along the walls. The basement almost seems welcoming in the dim firelight, but it's still a stone basement. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor.
Curious why she didn't escape, instead she remodeled.
A soft voice carries up the stairs.
Hello? Is someone there?
Her voice. It's somehow even more beautiful than last time. I can hear wedding bells already.
You have spoken to her once.
I've held my tongue till now, but you're taking this a little too far. We barely even know the princess.
Yeah, thank you, voice of the
Building right
hero.
by her without all this
Oh god, am I the
over-the-top
hero?
fawning.
Yes, for everyone's sake, you're not in love. Just remember that her charms are all part of the manipulation. You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess.
Yeah, she's fine.
There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall.
Wait, what? Why is the chain back?
My love, we're here to rescue you from your unjust and foul imprisonment.
You know she can't hear you, right?
She may not be able to hear my words, but surely she can hear my spirit.
That doesn't make any sense.
Oh, your spirit's plenty loud, all right.
It's you, my dashing hero. I was so worried you wouldn't come back.
I mean, I died, so...
Do you hear that? She said we're dashing.
And she called us a hero. Flattery really goes a long way with the two of you, doesn't it?
Oh my god, you're such a Debbie Downer, narrator. Shut up!
Waiting for you to come back. I didn't want to believe your ravings back in the woods, but this is next to incontrovertible evidence. You've been here before.
That's right, villain. And you killed us.
You had her kill us,
Well,
in fact.
she killed us. Only because he made us try and kill her. It was self-defense. Our beloved's hands remain unstained by cruelty.
I'm not apt to agree with Adonis here, but he's right.
And you've died before. So an entire world has been damned to oblivion. I'd really hoped I'd be the first, but what's done is done.
This is the same princess.
Matters
Clearly the
is
world
no
hasn't
chance
been
we
undone.
eliminate this time.
Unless she has the ability to end the world and then traverse dimensions, which I don't know.
Now, hold on. If she actually ended a world, are you sure we want to do this? Are you sure we want to rescue her?
We never saw a world end. And now I'm even more certain that we must chase our heroic and romantic destiny than I've ever been. I shan't let anyone...
I mean, we
convince
went
us
all in
otherwise.
with killing her before. Let's just go all in with saving her
Are
this
you
time.
listening to him? He's lost it. Don't let him distract you.
We'll
Just
worry the
do
Grey out
your
later.
job.
You killed me last time and it hurt a lot. Why did you do that? I didn't bring a knife. Do I have to cut you out again? What happened after I died? Okay, well this is just gonna make me sound like a crazy person. What happened after I died?
You died, and now we're talking.
That doesn't explain anything. That doesn't explain anything. Before we started talking, did the world end? Did you end the world?
I don't know. Was I supposed to have ended the world? Would that have made you happy?
Red flag.
Isn't that just like our darling princess?
Red
She
flag.
wants to make us
She's a
happy.
tsundere.
My heart melts further with
She's a
every
tsundere.
word that passes
That's not
through her
good.
beautiful lips. Are you listening to her? That's a confession.
No, I don't want the world to end.
Then I didn't end the world.
Is she gaslighting me right now?
See? She didn't confess anything. She is innocence itself. I'm not so sure.
Do I have to cut you out again?
I'm okay with whatever you come up with. You can cut my arm off again.
We won't be laying a finger on her perfect wrists, and indeed, we won't even have to. Do you see how dainty her hands are? We'll be able to slip her right out with no harm done.
This is almost more disturbing than the first time.
What? No, she's a prisoner here. You can't just slip her hand through the chains. Why are you two arguing over the logistics of slipping her hand out of her shackles? She just said she'd be okay with any idea we came up with. Am I the only one here who thinks that's weird?
She just said she'd be okay with any idea we come up with. Am I the only one here that thinks that's weird?
She didn't care last time. Why should she care this time? That's our stoic, smiling angel. No, you're right. It's extremely bizarre behavior and further evidence that she's a monster who's not to be trusted. So go ahead and slay her.
I don't know about her being a monster, but this is really fucking weird. You killed me last time, and it hurt a lot. Why did you do that?
I'm sorry. Didn't you want me to?
Did we? We warned her of the cruel forces seizing our body. That's practically telling her to kill us. She is our beloved, and she made the choice to free us of our misery.
That's one way to interpret that.
Mercy and make the best decision for everyone.
And Money, you raise a good point. Aren't I the monster?
She made the best decision for her. Don't be so quick to assign kindness. You're just opening yourself up to manipulation.
I mean, I warned her, and then I resisted the control, and then she took it upon herself to kill me. So, anyway, I'm sorry about what happened last time. The narrator who sent me here to kill you took over my body. It was extremely unfair.
Another version of me was pushed to such drastic action. It was for good reason.
That's okay. You were just doing your best, and that's all that matters.
That's adorable.
She took that in stride. To a surprising extent. An almost unsettling extent, actually.
That's because she's perfect.
Do you think she has someone like him telling her what to do?
Maybe.
She doesn't. There's no one else like me.
I think he's right, because I like it better if she doesn't have some horrid little voice like him, always trying to drive her to violence.
Rescue the princess, and please don't chew through your arm again.
No, I can't let you do that. If you take another step towards the princess, I'll...
You'll what? Take over our body and force us to try and kill her?
I would if you had a weapon.
Not on my watch, villain. My passions contain titanic depths, and if you try anything that might harm our dearest, I will end our life without a second thought.
I'm concerned about that.
You wouldn't.
I would. I'd listen to him if I were you. He has a lot of strong feelings, and doesn't the world end if we don't stop her?
You approach the princess and gingerly slide her hand from her bindings. That shouldn't have worked. I'll be damned. We're doomed. I can't believe it. But I guess I have to.
I told you. There's no life
Yeah, I know.
more
Look at
worth
those
living
claws.
than that of a true believer.
I'm free, and you're not trying to kill me this time. Thank you. Thank you so much.
The princess jumps up and smothers you in a joyful embrace. Ugh.
Alright, Money, you were right. She is stacked.
Only you had a weapon. One slip of the wrist and your pristine blade would be buried in her back, and everyone out there would be saved. Luckily for Mr. Romance, we don't have a weapon.
Who needs a weapon when we have the power of love on our side?
What do we do now?
This is so sweet. I'm gonna get diabetes. Let's get out of here. What do you want to do? We leave, and then we have our whole lives to figure out what we want to do next. Or I could just be nice and let her out, go our own ways, bye. There's no middle ground here. What do you want to do?
Let me guess. End the world?
Spoken with the rank cynicism of someone who has never felt love in his heart.
I don't actually know. Nobody's ever asked me what I wanted before.
She doesn't even know what she wants. You may have had her all wrong. What if this whole thing is just a misunderstanding? What if she doesn't want to end the world? You're so gullible. Is the only thing you've ever doubted the actual truth?
I think I want to leave. And I think...
The princess closes her eyes in deep reflection.
Don't say it.
And then she shrugs.
I don't know. What do you want to do?
Okay, well, we're gonna go back and forth like a married couple if I take the top point, so... do you want to end the world? I just want to leave. We can figure out the rest later. If you want to leave, then let's leave. There must be something you want. If I say this, then she's just gonna ask me, do you want to end the world? There must be something you want.
I just want to make you happy.
She can't just want to make us happy.
Why did the music just go bad?
It makes sense to me. That's all I want for her, so of course she'd want the same for us.
I don't like where this is going. I would say let's leave the cabin and worry about what she wants later, but I'm interested in pursuing... I want you to make me unhappy. Alright, Toxic. You need your own thing. You just met me. You can't base your entire happiness around me.
Okay, if that's what makes you happy.
She's getting worse.
Is she broken? What's going on?
She's getting more and more anime. What is happening?
What's going on is she's lying to you, only she isn't a good liar. Are you starting to trust me now?
This isn't right. Let's just get out of here.
That sounds perfect.
Oh, phew. She's back to normal.
Thank Christ.
Normal? What are you talking about? Our angel has always been like this. Absolutely flawless. What can I say? A world.
I'm curious how far down the rabbit hole we can take this. Go to the basement.
But it's well, yeah.
She meant that well, and you've
Sorry about last time. Let's just exhaust the dialogue.
The princess. She wasn't confused.
If she'd No.
Rescue.
What?
You.
I'd listen to.
I can't believe
Who needs?
What do you want to do?
Spoken.
And then
Okay, there must be something you
wanna-
want. You have to want something. You need your own thing.
Okay, if that's what makes
what's going?
You have to want something more than just making me happy.
Okay, I'll find something else to want if that makes you happy.
She didn't get worse, but this isn't better.
This isn't right. I don't know what's going on, but this isn't right. I fail to see the problem here. She's just sweet on us. You don't have to act like it's a big deal.
What would make you happy?
I just want to make you happy.
Is it just me, or does it feel like we're alone right now? Like we're the only ones here?
I got an achievement that says, and they lived happily ever after. No, not again! You don't get the chance to ask another question, nor will you ever. It's time for you to leave. Memory returns.
No. She was our perfect match. She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And is that a mirror? Why is it here? Why now?
It's going to be okay. Just trust me. We've been here before, and you always get scared.
It feels so bad. Like looking into it right now is going to be the end of everything.
Yes. I fear that we won't like what we'll see. What if
I
we
wonder
sit
if it
here
would have
and
made
scream
it
for a while?
go
That can't hurt.
like.
Right?
What was the alternate path there? Could we have left? Because she did go back to normal. I'll see you on the other side. It's going to be okay.
Okay. If you say so. I trust you.
She'll be there waiting for us. I just know it.
In a manner of speaking, you approach the mirror. You've grown. Achievement unlocked, the bloat? How have I grown? What? What the hell are we? You find yourself in the long quiet again. Proceed to the cabin. She's there, isn't she? Yep.
Flickering lights and empty cityscapes become pockets of vitality and movement. I am more than I was before. Whenever you are ready, I will wipe your slate clean once again.
You have been kinder to me than anyone else I've met. Why?
Why wouldn't I be kind to you? You are the only thing I know that isn't me.
Yeah, she isn't a skeleton, but she's cartoonish. Like, she's so fake.
Is a child the same as an infant? I am an unbroken pattern, but every vessel gives fresh perspectives and carves new avenues of expression. I am different, but I am the same.
What does it feel like to change like this?
Eyes close in reflection. Perspectives meld together, and the breadth of my experience stretches to new corners. There are contradictions, conflicts in my nature, and there are familiarities that bind everything together. It feels correct. This is what I need to be. This is the only path forward.
When this is all done, do you know what you want to do?
With every gift you bring me, I excavate the alleys of what I am meant to be, and every exploration yields new and complicated truths. What I will be is different than what I am, and what I am is different from what I was.
Sounds good, Money. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna reload my save, find out if this exact same thing happens if I continue down that path. And if it does, great, I didn't lose out on anything. If it does create something new, then I'm gonna redo this exact same path, but I'm gonna go back the other direction. So, and then after that, I'll probably call the stream, because I've been going for a while now already. So yeah, thanks for stopping by. I wish you a good night. Sleep well.
I cannot tell.
This
you
is
what
really
desires
interesting.
I
This
will
game's
hold
really
have
interesting.
changed. But in this moment, all I want is to know myself and to know you.
What do you want me to bring you next time? Or do you have any thoughts on this vessel?
This one is soft and delicate. You molded her to love you, and she'll make for a gentle heart. Do not mourn her. She has served her purpose.
What do you feel about me? These vessels I've been bringing you, I've hurt them.
The vessels are a weave of emotion at odds with themselves, but they are only perspectives. They are not me. The wounds they've suffered carve texture around my heart. Without them, I would be as I was before. I would be alone and without sensation. I could not feel the joy of having you by my side, for I would not know your absence.
What do you want me to bring you next time?
Gifts aren't what someone tells you to bring them.
I mean, they can be if you don't know what to get them.
Do not worry. There are no wrong answers. And every perspective illuminates my shadows and shares new secrets.
When I go back, it's as if an invisible wall closes around me. Why can I not do the same things I've done before?
Those paths lead to worlds you've already seen, and to perspectives I have already made my own. They are useless to us now. Inaccessible. The only paths of value are those that are yet untread.
Do you mean to tell me I can't go back to this part? Like, even if I wanted to? Attack the entity, destroy your body. So you don't have any preferences on how you'd like to change or grow?
My preference is for you to show me what you would like me to see. I cannot know the ways I wish to grow, for I have yet to feel them. It is you who guides me down the thin trail of perspective and memory.
Alright, well, we're already fucked, because the very first person that she took was the Wraith, so... You know, that's just... setting a great foundation. How many more vessels do I need to get you?
If I am to be an ocean, you have given me enough to build upon. My waters are shallow and murky, and I yearn for more perspective. I will transcend in due time.
I'll get you some fresh perspective.
There is no way forward but to contribute to my awakening.
You know, at the end of this, once you're finished, I'm going to kill you, right?
There is still much to be seen. Neither of us know the depths of our being. Perhaps at the end of this, I will be the one to kill you. Or perhaps we will leave this place together and find new horizons to discover.
That sounds nice. Theoretically, what happens if I attack them? Your will cuts across the entity in front of you, but nothing happens.
My roots burrow in an ocean beyond your sight. We cannot harm each other as we are now.
Oh. Okay, I'm ready to go back.
I await your return, but it will give me time to reflect on what I am. We will meet again.
Everything goes dark, and you die. Bring the deconstructed damsel
You're on
to
a
her.
path.
The
in the
deconstructed
woods,
damsel.
and at the end of that path,
Hang on. I understand, but what happens if we just go down this way?
What are you talking about? Our angel has always been.
the princess takes your hand, the last hopes of the entire world slipping through your fingers as they intertwine with hers.
She's about to get taken again.
We
I'm
have
guessing.
each other. We don't need the world for our happy ending.
I like to think that you do, actually. Look, I have my doubts, but the choice has been made and this is happening. You don't have to mope about it.
I will mope about it, because moping is the only recourse you love-blind fools have left me with.
You and the princess walk up the stairs, hand in hand.
Ugh, look at the way she's smiling at you. She doesn't have to be so happy about this.
And what happens after we walk up the stairs?
Oh, isn't that interesting? The door slams in your face and the lock clicks.
That's a familiar move.
Did I do that last time? And you should know that you won't be able to leave.
Oh no! Did someone lock us in here? That's not fair. We're supposed to leave now.
Okay, this is going further than before.
She's right. It isn't fair. But the unfairnesses of the world are no match for the strength of true love.
Enough with this true love nonsense. You just met her.
Of course you wouldn't understand. Our passions run deeper than anything you have ever known.
Are you listening to this? You don't have to go along with the every whim of that delusional voice. I'm just along for the ride at this point.
Mm-hmm. I think we can open it together.
Okay. Yeah, let's do it.
Like a pair of teenagers in love, you and the princess place your hands on the door together. Blech.
And
The lock clicks and the door creaks.
breaks open. Are you kidding me? I told you our love was insurmountable.
You and the princess make your way upstairs, and
There's a dagger there, shit!
You do the right thing. Take the blade from the table and slay her before it's too late.
Take the blade and slay the princess. You're not doing that.
You're enjoying this, aren't you? You're taking every opportunity you can to draw out the end of the world and make me suffer. I hate you.
That's the way out. We're going to leave together, just like you wanted.
Yes, I suppose you are going to do that, aren't you? You cross the room, opening the door to the cabin, and then you step outside.
Oh, romantic haze. Your level set you free.
A happy ending at last.
We did it. What should we do now?
Where did everything go? Where did he go?
Oh, is he gone? I hadn't noticed. I was too busy staring deep into our beloved's eyes.
I'm cold. Is being happy supposed to be so cold?
She's cold. Quick, our feathers. Pluck them all and weave her a coat worthy of a princess.
Our feathers? Well, there she goes again.
She's gone. Is that a...
Okay, so the question is... Yeah, you've grown. So the question is she deconstructed again, or is she... different?
Flickering lights and
Yeah, no, she's fine. Oh, shit. Save, load. We're going back.
You're on a
We're
path
getting that nice
in the
princess
woods,
there.
and at the end of that path,
Adding
there's a
her to the
cabin.
pile, I guess.
And in the basement of that,
Alright, the end of the world, what are you talking about? Have you considered da 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 da? Silently continue to the cabin.
you make your way.
Yep, proceed. Yep, sorry, we're speed running this. If this like
The
pile
interior
of
of the
constructs
cabin
is
will-
going to forge her personality in the end, I need to add some sweet to balance out that wraith in the beginning. So, enter the basement.
The door to the basement.
Skip. I'm here to save you. Ooh, lie. I'm here to save you. Ooh, nefarious. I don't think that was here before.
How many times do I have?
Wait, really? You're here to rescue me?
Oh, she's gonna cut herself. She's gonna bite herself out of the chains. All right. I'll see what I can do.
Only make.
Skip. Yada yada yada. Let's do it a little bit differently. I'm gonna check upstairs.
Okay. I'll be here.
You attempt to make your someone.
Let's think about this. I could go back, reload this, and take her instead of the deconstructed version, and it would still be fine. I don't know if this is gonna, like, change an ending at all or something. Also, I have absolutely no choice but to kill her now. So that's what it means when it said we can't go back down the same paths as before. Oh, damn it. Okay. I'm gonna reload because the fact that the non-deconstructed princess gave us extra scenes and extra everything makes it seem like that deconstructed version is just straight up a
What are you talking
Easter
about? Our
egg.
angel
Princess.
Look, I have my doubts, but the choice has been.
All right. I think you've got this. That wasn't there before. We can open it if we try together.
Okay.
I like a...
I told
you a blade.
Not doing that.
Enjoying this, aren't you?
That's
Yes, I suppose you... And then you... Ah. Where...
Oh,
Yep. And then she's gonna get taken.
She...
what doing?
These are grayed out. What the fuck? Does it not matter if I restart? It remembers everything I do? Does that mean I'm going to be different here? Silence as you reach forward. They're gone once again. The mirror always makes them leave, but you need to see what's in it. You've grown. Yeah, no. Okay, I wasn't any different there. Here's the long quiet again. Approach her. Okay, but these aren't grayed out. Wait. Spoke too soon. I don't want to hurt you, but the more times I go back, the worse I fear things will be.
There is a hurt that dwells in them, but they are not me. They are thoughts and perspectives. The wounds they've suffered carve texture around my heart. I cannot be as I was before. There are new spaces that I must fill.
Oh my god. Straight up. Like, some of the options are just grayed out now. How many more vessels do I need to bring
If I
you?
am to be an ocean, you have given me enough.
Okay, but I selected that one before. And it wasn't grayed out before.
Is it? With Evica,
I've already, yeah.
there is still much to be seen. Neither of them.
You have any thoughts on this vessel?
This one is soft and delicate.
Oh, I got an achievement. A loving vessel. Bring the damsel to her. Let's see here. The only thing that matters is where I'm not going. The cabin. I'm not going to the cabin.
Fine. I suppose you just quietly continue down the path away from the cabin. Good. What we're being asked to do here is wrong. Better to wash our hands of this whole situation than to take part in it. Ignore that annoying little voice. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
He kind of does, though.
That's strange. It looks like this path also leads to the cabin.
Fuck
How
off!
convenient. Everything's back on track again. Maybe the world can still be saved after all.
Fuck off, narrator! Turn around again and leave again.
You're really keen on wasting everyone's time, aren't you? It's remarkably selfish, if you ask me. I've already outlined the stakes of the situation. If you don't do your job, everyone dies. Like, dies. Forever.
Death is an old friend. Quietly continue down the path.
Your silence is deafening.
I hope it is.
But fine, you turn around and trek back down the path you came. Oh, would you look at that? You're at the cabin again. Now, I'm not normally one
This
for
crusty
religion
bitch!
or astrology, but I have to say, it seems like the universe itself is doing its best to bring you to your fated confrontation with the princess.
Oh yeah? Well, I guess I start walking in a different direction. Again. In fact, I'm gonna keep trucking through this wilderness until I find a way out of this place.
There's always a choice. Let me tell you right now that you're making the wrong one for pretty much everyone who has ever lived, as well as for everyone who ever will. And here we go. As you trudge into the woods, something strange starts to happen.
You know, it's worth noting, I took the princess outside the last time. When I rescued the damsel, yeah, we stepped outside. And then she was immediately claimed by that thing. So it's not the princess that's ending the world, it's the thing in the long quiet. Because it claims her, and then that's it, everything's gone. So the princess isn't to blame. It's whatever the hell is behind this and claiming the different pieces of her.
At first, it's little flickers out of the corner of your eyes, glimpses of familiar wooden structures through the leaves. But as you focus on your surroundings, you start to realize that those flickers weren't just a trick of light. In every direction, there is a path and a cabin. And not just a cabin, the cabin.
Huh?
An infinite fractal of paths and cabins desperately trying to draw you back to where you need to be.
Dick move, narrator. Dick move.
Wait, what's going on? You're too stubborn for that, aren't you? It doesn't matter how many paths or cabins appear around you, you're just going to do whatever you can to shirk your responsibility because you care more about irritating me than you do about the fate of the world.
Yeah, pretty much.
You've doomed us all, you know that, right? But of course you do. Otherwise you wouldn't just wander off into the forest in search of certain death. You lose track of just how long you spend aimlessly tromping through the wilderness. But it's not like any of that time spent lost in the woods really matters, because it isn't long before the world ends and everyone dies.
What?
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin.
This is a path?
And in the basement
It doesn't just fuck you, game overs?
is a princess.
Why is there a frickin' wall here?
You're here to slay her.
And why is everything
If you
looking a
don't,
little more
It will be the end of the world.
abstract? If I can't run away from the cabin, then I'm just staying here in the woods forever. Stay in the woods forever.
You have already committed to my completion. You cannot go further astray.
What? Which completion? Which one? Okay, no.
Oh, don't you start grandstanding about morals.
I might have to edit these together. We'll see. Anyway, we have Voice of the Contrarian now, so, you know, that's neat. I'm gonna keep my performance metrics up. If it drops again, I'll just end it, because something's interfering with it, clearly.
If by ruining my day, you mean ruining everyone's day forever, then yes, I suppose there are plenty of ways you could pull that off. The world really did end last time, didn't it? We should be careful. For all we know, we just got lucky. But the world hasn't ended yet. And you are never going to slay her with that attitude. Stuff those pathetic little voices to the back of your mind and stay focused on the task ahead.
I don't have the option of just waiting this out or going in a... okay. Those walls weren't here last time. You can't just force me to go to the cabin.
What are you talking about? I'm sure those walls have always been there. It makes sense if you think about it. If there weren't any walls in the woods, someone might have gotten lost. Or, heaven forbid, someone other than you might have stumbled onto the princess.
Yep, okay, heading to the cabin now, where I'm definitely gonna slay the princess.
You know I can tell when you're lying, right? Please take this seriously. I am begging you. A warning before you go any further.
What's this Hunger Games shit?
She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says.
We're dropping frames again. Lovely. Let me wait for this to stabilize, and then I'm gonna end stream. Alright, well, I'm just going to end the stream, because I don't know if this game's cursed or something, but I keep dropping frames and the stream keeps disconnecting, so I'm just going to call it here for right now. And, yeah, that's gonna do it for tonight. Y'all have a good rest of your night. Take care.